Circe is a pivotal figure in Homer's epic poem The Odyssey, composed in the 8th century BC. Her primary appearance and narrative function are centered in Book 10. Initially presented as a threat who transforms Odysseus's men into swine, she is ultimately subdued through Odysseus's resistance, aided by the god Hermes, and becomes a crucial ally. She becomes a lover, advisor, and guide, hosting Odysseus for a year, directing him to the underworld and onward on his journey home, embodying a complex blend of danger, wisdom, and transformative power. One character story. Odysseus's encounter with Circe occurs during his most desperate wandering after the disastrous visit to the land of the deadly sun. His crew, weary and grieving, discovers the seemingly idyllic island of Odysseus divides his men, sending half, led by Eurylochus, to scout. They find Circe's palace, surrounded by tame wolves and lions, her previous victims, bewitched into docility. Circe, singing beautifully at her loom, invites them in and serves a feast laced with a magical potion. With a touch of her wand, she transforms them into pigs, though they retain human consciousness, a detail that heightens the horror. Eurylochus escapes and reports to Odysseus, who immediately sets out to rescue his men. On the way, he is intercepted by the god Hermes, who gives him the crucial moly, a divine antidote to Circe's magic, and explicit instructions. Draw his sword when she attempts her spell, and she will yield. Odysseus follows the plan precisely. When Circe's potion and wand fail and Odysseus advances with his sword, she recognizes him as the man prophesied to outwit her. She submits and, in a powerful ritual of supplication, invites him to her bed. Odysseus, wary, first extracts a solemn oath that she will not harm him or his men further. After they become lovers, he compels her to restore his crew. She does so, and remarkably, the men emerge younger and more handsome than before. What follows is a pivotal one-year interlude. Circe's island becomes a place of recuperation and sensual respite. She offers lavish hospitality, and Odysseus's men eventually urge him to remember home. When he finally asks to depart, Circe does not hinder him but assumes the role of a supernatural guide. She instructs him to first journey to the underworld to consult the prophet Tiresias, a crucial narrative turn. She provides detailed sailing directions, sacrificial rituals, and warnings about the perils ahead, including the sirens, Scylla, and Charybdis. Her guidance is comprehensive and indispensable, marking her complete transition from adversary to mentor. Role in the narrative. Circe serves several critical functions within the epic structure. Primarily, she acts as a narrative catalyst and a threshold guardian. Her island marks a point of no return. To proceed homeward, Odysseus must pass this test. Her defeat is not achieved through brute force alone but through divine aid and cunning, the quintessential Odyssean traits. This victory reasserts his identity as the man of twists and turns after a series of setbacks. Furthermore, Circe's episode bridges the chaotic wanderings of the first half of the epic and the more structured, destiny-driven journey of the second. By sending Odysseus to the underworld, she initiates the narrative's most profound philosophical and thematic moment, the Nikeia. Here, Odysseus gains essential knowledge of his past and future, which reframes his entire quest. Without Circe's command and instructions, this pivotal episode would not have occurred. Finally, she is a foil and a parallel to other female figures. Unlike the destructive Scylla or the paralyzing sirens, and distinct from the wholly supportive Nausicaa or Penelope, Circe embodies a middle path, a powerful, potentially dangerous feminine force that is successfully integrated through negotiation, oath, and intimacy. She represents a successful negotiation with the exotic and the magical, which Odysseus must master before facing the familiar yet profoundly challenging domestic sphere of Ithaca. Thus, Circe serves as both a trial and a teacher. She is one of the liminal figures who guide the hero not only physically but also spiritually, preparing him for the more profound revelations and hardships to come. Symbolic significance. Circe is a richly symbolic figure. Most evidently, she represents temptation and the loss of masculine agency. Her transformation of men into beasts symbolizes the emasculating power of unchecked pleasure, oblivion, and primal appetites. The men are not only physically altered but also reduced to their basest instincts, their minds trapped in animal bodies, a potent metaphor for spiritual degradation. Conversely, she embodies transformative wisdom and necessary initiation. Her magic is dual-natured. It can degrade, but it can also restore and improve. Her island is a liminal space, a place of testing, instruction, and preparation. To earn her guidance, Odysseus must first prove his resilience and identity. Thus, she symbolizes that true knowledge and progress often require confronting and integrating dangerous or chaotic forces. Circe also embodies feminine power, a power that is both alluring and threatening. She is autonomous and self-sufficient, and she possesses knowledge that men both desire and fear. In a patriarchal society, such women were often portrayed as dangerous or other. Circe's blend of danger and wisdom reflects male anxieties about female independence and sexual power. Yet, unlike other monstrous female figures in mythology, such as the Sirens or Scylla, Circe evolves over the course of the story. Her transformation from a dangerous enchantress into a wise guide complicates the femme fatale stereotype. Circe's presence in the Odyssey has profoundly shaped the Western literary tradition. She exemplifies a recurring archetype, the wise woman or witch who mediates between the human and the divine, the civilized and the wild. Her blend of threat and hospitality, magic and knowledge, sets the stage for later depictions of enchantresses, from Morgan Le Fay in Arthurian legend to the witches in Shakespeare's Macbeth. Contemporary literature, such as Madeline Miller's novel Circe, 2018, reimagines her not as a side character in a male hero's journey but as a protagonist in her own right. In Miller's retelling, Circe is portrayed as emotionally complex, independent, and increasingly self-determining. This shift reflects evolving attitudes toward female power, in which what was once demonized is reclaimed as a symbol of strength, wisdom, and resilience. For conclusion, Circe's role in the Odyssey extends far beyond her initial appearance as a dangerous enchantress. She is a mirror of Odysseus's internal struggle, a symbol of transformation, and a powerful embodiment of feminine knowledge and independence. Her duality, destroyer and restorer, captor and liberator, ensures her enduring appeal as a character who encapsulates the epic's central tension between the longing for forgetful bliss and the relentless, identity-defining drive for home and self-mastery. In Circe, Homer gives us not just an obstacle for his hero, but a mirror to his journey's deepest perils and necessities. Circe's complexity, ambiguity, and mythic resonance have ensured her place not just in Homer's epic but in the enduring imagination of world literature.